Welcome to Imran's Learning for You.
Python function is created using def command with desired function name followed by colon. Then you write a block of code to be executed by the function. Note that you have to call the desired function to get the output. As you call the function by writing the function name with round brackets, the output will be generated. Arguments are used in Python functions to transmit information. They are placed in parentheses after declared function. We have provided a single argument a to include in a greeting message. When the function is called by entering a name, the message is printed along with the entered name. Here, we have used two arguments, a and b, to calculate the sum of two numbers. When we call the function and enter two numbers, their sum is printed. Let's try to enter a third number. An error message is printed that the function only takes two arguments while three are given. If you are not sure about how many arguments will be used in a function, use an arbitrary function. Arbitrary function is denoted by placing asterisk before the argument. We have used in the example add as arbitrary arguments that will calculate the sum of two or more numbers. Now, it is possible to calculate the sum of even three or more numbers. Arguments have fixed order so you can use their index number to print the required result. In the example, we have calculated the sum of first and last number using their index numbers. Sometimes we provide the values for arguments like key-value pair. It is called keyword arguments. In that case, the order of the arguments does not matter. You can see the output that the favorite book is math, though as per order, the book should have been English. Just like arbitrary arguments, we can use arbitrary keyword arguments also if total numbers of arguments are uncertain in a function. Denoted by two asterisks before the argument. Slice function is used to find the value of key. The key value will be provided while calling the function. In this way, you can find any number of key-value pairs without defining them in the function. Sometimes, you want to provide a default parameter value for the function. If value is provided while calling the function, this default value is not shown. But, if the function is called without any value, the default value is shown. In our case, the mango as fruit of choice is printed when no value is given. You can define a loop through list of items in the function. The list will get printed when the function is called. You can use return command in a function that will return the value of expression. In our example, it will return value of x divided by y. When the called function is printed, the output will show the required result. Lambda function is sometimes called anonymous function as well. The syntax for the function is shown on your screen. Lambda function can have more than one argument but can have only one expression. In the example, we have written a function using lambda that calculates the square of any number. The function is printed by entering the number you want to get square of. The result shows the square of 5 in our example. As discussed earlier, lambda function can use more than one argument. We use x and y in the example to calculate the remainder of the two by entering different values. The actual application of lambda function is for higher level functions. A function that uses another function as argument. In the example, we filter function with lambda. The lambda function will filter out the values which are greater than 20. The list of these filtered values is printed. You can use sort function to sort the list in ascending order. Similarly, we use lambda function with map function frequently to apply the expression to every item of the list. If we need to find item which is equal to 7, it will check all the list for true and false values. Or you may want to multiply every element of the list with 3. Lambda makes it possible for you. Quadratic formula is used to solve quadratic equation. Use a, b and c as coefficients of quadratic equation in the function. Using Python function, you can find root q1 and q2 using quadratic formula. Print command will ensure printing of q1 and q2 when the function is called. Use round function to round off results to 2 decimal point. Please note that we have calculated the square root in the formula by importing Python inbuilt math function as m. Now we are all ready to enter values for a, b and c using input command. These values are entered into the quad function. The two roots of the equation are printed.
We strongly recommend that you follow our playlist sequence of videos on Python to fully understand concepts and move on to the next level. Please subscribe to stay updated.